going to keep at this old strategy, see what happens. 6-8 come again. So he's out on a point of 9, and we'll roll from here. All right, comes going to travel to the 10. Now I'm going to make one more comeback. All right, we got a dice center. Out they come. All right, we're going out to the 4, so we get the outside and the 6 and 8. So at this point, I'm just gonna roll with it. I want to bring something down because I've got $20 invested on this shooter. I don't want to invest any more, so I'm gonna wait for something to hit before I start reinvesting on this shooter a little bit. I don't want to go over the $20 or 4 units. This is a new video, so I do want to explain again. I am betting just $5 on the 6 and 8 because they pay properly. That's one of the advantages of these machines. They'll pay down to the penny, so you don't necessarily have to have a proper bet. I believe it pays you like $5.84 or something like that. All right, we got a 12. So it pays down to the penny. If you're going to place numbers, because they take the VIG only on the win, you want to make sure you buy the 4, 5, 9, and 10. So you'll see me doing that if I can get to that point. Instead of placing them, I'll actually buy them. Most casinos, they charge the VIG up front if you're going to buy the 5 and 9. So it's not very common. But if you do find a casino that takes the VIG only on a win, you want to go ahead and buy it instead of place it. So that's what you want to do on electronic machines, bubble machines, and that sort of thing. All right, 6 easy. So yeah, so it paid $5.84, which is you can do the math, 7 to 6 odds. Oh, we don't want that. I want to make a lay bet. And I don't need to make another come bet because I always want the 6 and 8 working. And one of these bets have not come down. So if and when one of these bets do win and come down, I'll probably buy an inside number as opposed to coming through to come again. But I'd be happy to keep collecting if you can keep rolling some of these numbers here. Oh, there's a 7. So we get up in good position and down we go. But that's craps. So these come bets work for the first 2 rolls, but after that, I still got everything invested. So you might say, well, why don't you just do $20 inside, just from the get-go? That would be great if I knew that some of those inside numbers were rolling. This way you kind of don't have to worry about those early 7s. So again, every strategy has holes. This is just what I like to do. I explained this in a previous video, previous session. This is kind of how I like to play when I'm just killing time. I had some Color Up Club members come into town. I don't have a lot to risk. I just kind of want to have time at table with a possibility to win if the dice go just right. So that's kind of this method. This is not a win big method. I'm not risking. To win big, you got to bet big. All right, so we'll place those and make a come bet. Follow it up with a second come bet, depending on where we head. So again, a lot of times you'll see people criticizing different strategies and that sort of thing, but it comes down to what are your goals, right? If I want to win a lot, it's, table max or reasonable would be like $25 units, $100 units across all the numbers. Hit some numbers, press them up, you get a big score. This is not that. All right, she rolled a 9, so this comes going to travel to the 9. So we're going to make one more come bet. In this case, we have $20 out here, but really only 10 is at risk. So that's how this starts off. It starts off slow, but after that, you got more numbers covered. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So far today, it's not working. I am down. Got a 5. So, now we did all that work. So some people say you have to roll twice with come bets. It's going to move up. Now I got to roll it again. Yes and no. I mean, these are two very independent bets. Here, I had a 2-to-1 favorite to win with the 7. I didn't necessarily want it to happen because I would have lost these other bets. But now we're a few rolls in, and I'm just now covering 20 inside where I could have just started with 20 inside, right? So those are the things you got to weigh. With any craft strategy, those are kind of the decisions that you have to make. And that's what I love about this game. How do you want to approach it? What is your goal? Oh, there's a 7. Of course, we get all of our numbers up. And there's the 7. So we're seeing some short rolls here. Give this a couple more tries. See if I can get my turn to shoot. I'm just going to let him establish a point, and then I don't know if I'd mentioned in this session, but you could go at it either way. You can use the pass line and just work your 6 and 8. A little short roll. She let it slide. So the dice a lot of times will stick and grab into this just because it's kind of like a rubbery surface. So you'll see some funny bounces sometimes. But it's a hard surface but covered with a little kind of rubbery sticky level. That is one thing. I mean, I'm putting my hands over, but it's because there's no chips. If you're worried about that, you don't have to worry about players putting their hands in the way, right? There is no reason to put your hand in the table, so there's a little advantage for you. All right, he's setting him up to, he's not sure, he's looking. Oh, he found a hard way set, all hard ways around. Nope. Nope. Okay. He was looking for an all 7 set. He finally found it. Came out on the 10. So now he's out on the point. Need some fuel here. Which is just water. What do we have? It's like the 2, the flying V, whatever they call it. 4 easy. I'll make one more combat and then I'm kind of done with this shooter. All right, we'll see what happens here. Okay, yeah, he's sticking with that kind of flying V. Takes him a while to find it. There's the yo. I'm just leaning over and looking to see what the numbers are. You can't see them when they're kind of tucked up in here with the particular camera angle I have. So that's good for us in the comm. We just collect it. Let it ride. Got a 5. All right, so we're on the low side here. 4, 5, 6, and 8. Great bets. I'm done playing the cum. I just got to repeat some of these, bring them down, and then I could start covering some other numbers. That's the idea anyway. All right, we're on this side. We want this side. Come on, shooter. The shooter takes quite a while to set his dice, which is okay. I don't mind it. Some people hate that. You know, it's part of the game for me. I know some guys have superstitions. Some guys like to set their dice and do all kinds of things. I don't mind it, you know. If they get enjoyment, they think they're controlling the dice, I'm cool with it, right? Sometimes I'd wish they learn how to set a little quicker, but at the end of the day, it doesn't bother me. It's what comes with the game. It's what's so cool about craps is this game, you control the outcome with your own hands, right? You don't get that in other games. 6 easy, we'll take that one. So there are some games, you know, like certain versions of blackjack, you get to see the cards, or baccarat, you know, you can see the cards, but you don't. The dealer still controls what happens. Would you like to place a 1-roll bet? So we could invest. I might wait one more. I'll take that hit and I'll invest on the next one. Hopefully you can keep the roll going. You can see the flames are starting to show up here. Average roll is 8.5 when you factor in pass line wins and losses. So we're right there at the average. Hey, there's the 8. We'll take that. It's a good winner. Another short roll, but she let it slide. It did take a funny bounce and it hit that kind of speed bump. I don't know if I'm repeating myself or if I did this in a different session, but they have these speed bumps on here, the little ridges to prevent the dice from sliding across the table. So with that win, I'm going to cover another number, invest a little more with winnings, right? And again, 4, 5, 9, and 10, you want to buy instead of place. I have videos that cover that, but essentially it's because on these electronic machines, the VIG is always on the end, right? Because how do you explain to a player, hey, I need $6 to make this $5 bet, right? Or, you know, whatever, 5%, which would be a quarter. So they just take it out of the win instead. So it's always more favorable to make buy bets. On the 6 and 8, you would never buy the bet. All right, 3 craps. In that instance, I'm glad I'm out of the come bet. So the 6 and 8, it just never makes sense to do it as a buy bet. You'll see it as options, but house edge wise and pay me wise, what the actual payout is, it never makes sense. The 5 and 9, it makes sense if they take the vig on the win, and the 4 and 10, you always want to buy it. Here, you could obviously, because they pay to the penny, you could buy as low as $5. Some tables, you can buy at $10. House edge is effectively 10%, but it still gets a better payout. You get 19 instead of 18 with a place bet. But most casinos, it's $20 is where you can buy the 4 and 10. All right, we got a lot of good numbers. Let's hopefully he can repeat some here. Oh, of course not. There's the 7. It was the old stick change, got him. Every time, works like a charm. I am. Is he Skip? All right, we got one more shooter and then I'm up, so hopefully we get a chance to see if I can do any good, but hopefully our friend here at Terminal 6 is going to do good. You can add your name here, which is cool, and it shows up on the table. So you can actually cheer for someone. We got Karen down at the other end. Everyone else hasn't changed their name, but that's okay. All right, 8's our point. Gotta let them enter it. Unlocks the terminal. And we'll go ahead and stick with the strategy. Let's see what he's got here. He's doing a hard 10 on top. Then he grabs him and wings him. But he got the 10. Easy 10. So my come's going to travel. We're going to follow up with one more comeback. You see I'm slowly draining my funds, so this is just not working. But I've had plenty of time at the table. Just haven't had a long roll that has worked out for me. Hopefully between the two of us, we'll get something going here. All right, this is a different, but he likes the hard 10s on top. I don't think it matters though, because he just kind of grabs them after that. So we're going to travel to the 5. Now we just got to hit some of these numbers. Problem is, some of my shooters, I'm getting up, and then they get knocked down. All right, here we go. Roll number 4. And there's the 7. When you know it. See that? And that's the thing. I could have had my bets up, maybe took a couple hits. The 7 came just after, so things just aren't working out. Hey, but that's dice. Sometimes they they find their way to make you win or lose. Even when you're kind of playing conservative, you got a slow drain. All right, I'm up to shoot, so let's hopefully we can win some money back. Oh, we got to do a little tip for good luck, right? You're welcome. Let's see what happens here. Oh, 12's no good for our pass. But maybe it's on our way to hit the all tall small. They don't have the all tall small here. Some of these roll to win machines have a side bet. I forget what it's called, but they're supposed to be updating their software soon, and they will have that here. I think it's called Hot Shooter or something like that. But it is on its way, they said. Let me get these working. All right, folks, we need some wins here. All right, out on the 5. Now, because I'm shooting, I'm going to change things up a little bit, I think. Instead of doing a come, make traveling, because I'm not worried about an early big red. I'm just going to start spreading on my numbers right away. We'll see if it pays off. I'm not going to invest any more on myself, though. I'll take some winnings and cover the other numbers. We'll see what happens. Here we go. It's at 12. 12 is probably a good thing I didn't bet the come. I lost it there. But I want an inside number, so he's ready to send them. We got to wait for the countdown timer. So depending on your strategy, some people like it. It's complicated. They feel like they don't have enough time. For me, I usually play pretty simply. Timer's too long for me, right? I want to roll the dice. I want to keep them going. So just depends on what you like to do. Oh, dice off the table. Look at that. That doesn't happen all that often. Let's see what happens. Just send me 2. Two craps. Dice off the table didn't bring big red, but didn't bring a good number for us either. Still just need an inside number. Again, it just depends on how you like to bet and play. For me, the timer feels like eternity, but you never know. I'm not a dice setter, right? So it didn't take me forever to set them afterwards.
No more bet.
All right, shooting craps numbers. If you're on the horn, you're doing well. So we got some battery life left. Hopefully it doesn't end before I have this big roll. Hopefully it hangs in there. But I do want a big roll, so we'll see. Yeah. So I'm getting rolls. I'm just not rolling the numbers that I have bet. So a lot of good it does, right? There's the hard 8 for us, so we will get a win there. And I'm just going to immediately start covering some more numbers, just because this is kind of my last roll, and I'll go all out a little bit, all out by betting the measly $20. But so again, you see it pays $5.84. You don't have to have a proper bet. It's still paying that 7 to 6 place bet odds. And I'm just let's spread out on the 4. So really, I didn't win much there, but I want all the numbers covered. From there, I'll probably kind of bump things up, do a press and collect, something like that. But I got to roll some numbers first for any of that to work out. 9, it's a good one for us. It's here, that's basically a normal payout, so it should pay 7. Well, it'll pay a little more because remember I bought it, so it's going to pay $7.13. So again, that's the reason you want to buy it, because these true odds 3-2 minus the 5% vig. So one a little more there. So now I got all the numbers covered. So again, you could turn them all off, all on. You can cancel and choose specific ones. You can cancel all your bets. So there's a lot of kind of cool things you could do with these electronic machines. All right, there's an 8. So I haven't collected anything, so maybe we'll do like we'll get these up to a little proper bet. So we're pressing just a tiny bit here. I could have done it in odds, right? I gotta have a minimum bet, but. All right, here we go. Oh. It caught, if you saw it on the table there, it caught and just kind of stuck. So we'll take the 4. So again, that's going to be a buy bet. Now that vig is improper if you notice that. We'll just collect that one. Yeah, we'll just collect that time, and the next time we'll maybe press. I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll see. I'm just so desperate because I've lost so much money. I want to collect a little bit, but. All right, there's a 6 easy. I'm good, thank you. So let's do. Let's press up the 5. I'm going to do that through the odds. And let's just go all the way. I'm investing a little more, but hopefully I'm going to roll some numbers. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the rear end here. 8, there we go. That's a good one. 8 the hard way. So we pressed the right number. So we won 1167 there. So with that $11 win, I'm going to press the 9 up. So I usually press from the inside out. But I'm collecting some, so I pressed 5 and pulled some back. Once I'm at the $10 level, I usually go up in units of 5, like I do on a standard table. There's the 10 hard. So it's going to pay 2-1 or $10 minus the vig. So we get $14.50. But it should be 5%. Should be $2.50, and or 25 cents. They're taking 50 cents. They're basing off the win as opposed to the bet, which is incorrect, I believe. So what do we win? 10. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way. We got $10, and then we'll go from there. So. Just a couple more rolls and we'll be in good shape here. All right, 12 craps is going to help us. Let's go ahead. Let's get that one even amount. It's just to keep the roll going. You always got to send the dealers a little tip here and there. This one you can't, which would be nice. I normally like to make place bets for the dealers on all the numbers with me, but this one you just pick a number and send it. It's like a, all right, there's a 9, we'll take that. So now we're up to kind of a standard amount, but it's a buy, so we're getting paid $14.25 instead of that 14. So with that 14, I'm going to invest some. So we'll go up on a unit of whatever hits. So we'll take, you know what, let's invest $4 on the 6 and 8 and make those proper bets. Not that we need them, but I think most of you are more used to kind of seeing that sort of thing. 8. 8 easy, we'll take that. So from here on out, so I won 14, right? 12 pays 14. From here on out, I'll just go, whatever hits, I'll go up a unit. So we'll go ahead and take that to 18. And meanwhile, we're still pulling some back. So whatever hits, I'll go up either $6 or $5 and pull the rest back.
No more bet.
Oh, just there it goes. Just when you get everything built up right is the 7. So, but this is what it started off slow, but you have a chance. We had 16 roll. It's a pretty good one. Twice the average right. I did win a little bit of money back, but I was primed in position to really take advantage of that. So that's kind of how this strategy works. You buy some time, and with a little decent roll, you can build your way up and get up there. So however you like to play, whether it's conservative, aggressive, it really just depends on the goal that you go into. I think that's really important to have a goal. What are you going to do? You're going for the big score, you're going for time at the table. Your situation is very dependent. So however you like to play, good luck on coloring up.